Hey guys. So I just wanted to do a video instead of writing like a big massive essay of a status that people don't even read. So basically I'm just saying like everyone's shocked of what's going on. Like, oh, the JCVI have said that the kids aren't getting jabbed, but then the government are saying yeah they are, and then now they're in the schools and the kids are getting jabbed. And like what, like Trump, people are surprised that, and they didn't know that the election was a fix. Like the gas, your power, all this food shortages. Like, I know that, well, I can't say that no one's listened to us because a lot of people have woke up now, but I know that the majority have been like gaslighted and I don't know what the word is really, but people turn into bullies. Oh, don't believe what they say. Where did you get that? YouTube. Well, where did you get your information? The BBC. Do you know what I mean? Like, just a lot of like, even well, last week I was getting death threats. I hope you die, go and die of COVID, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I've already had it and I survived. My immune system helped me. Didn't take one paracetamol, didn't take one bit of medication, fruit and veg, blocked. But yeah, like, everyone's just been so coerced into thinking that anything said against the agenda is wrong. It's made up. It's lies. And everyone's been made to think like that. And you know what? I know what's going on. And even if I put the telly on, I'm like the news, I'm like, wow, no wonder people are so messed with it. And you see people with masks on in like 25-degree heats, them whinging that they can't breathe, that they're not very well. Well, surely, like, there's more of us now that are speaking up. Well done, every single one of you, because the more that do, the more that catch on. But I just can't get my head around it sometimes. I just can't understand like how something must resonate with you. Everything that has been and happened, and everything we've all said that what's going to happen. We've all said what's coming. Last year we told you about the passports. It's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. And you might think that it's not going to happen now. But if you haven't learned anything if you have learned anything over the past 18 months, 19 months, or in 20 months now, wow. Then you'll see that it doesn't matter what they say on telly, they go back on the word. They go back on the word, they do what they want to do, the end agenda's there, that's their aim, that's their goal. Like, it is what it is. So they said that they're not going to do the passports, but I reckon probably January maybe they'll be brought in, because they're definitely going to be trying to be brought in. There's no doubt about it. People say now, oh, I'm fully vaxxed. No, you're not, mate. Not no more. Yeah, you might be double jab, but you're not fully. You'll never be fully. Like we said last year, there's booster after booster after booster after booster. And what did everyone say? No, it's not. No, it won't happen. We'll get these two. We are fully jabbed. Are you fully jabbed? No, mate. I was born with an immune system. I knew. But people think that medicine's going to make them better, and it's not. It's far from it. Like, look into, people say, have some paracetamol. Do you know what paracetamol does? Do you know what's in paracetamol? Actually, there's statuses that were flying about. Well, I don't know if it was a couple of weeks ago. I've seen so many people reposting the same status that they don't know what's in this jab, and they don't know what's in paracetamol either, and all the rest of it. And it's like, but you're giving it to your kids. I didn't know, and now I know. Ugh, nah. Look into everything. Your jabs, what the kids are getting injected with from birth. One of, oh God, what was it? I can't remember off the top of my head yet. The metals that are in it. I can't remember the exact compound in the flu jabs, so they're coming next. So if you give a child, or anyone with 5 consecutive flu jabs, it makes you 10% more likely to get Alzheimer's, and the other one, and it's ironic that I forget it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so 5 consecutive flu jabs. So when I was researching this last year with my little girl, I was thinking she's 3. So she starts getting a flu jab now. That's 3, so sorry, 5, yeah, I'm just looking at a picture over there. So she's 3. I thought if she gets 5 jabs, that brings her at 8. By the time she's 8, she's 10% more likely to suffer with Alzheimer's. By the time she was 18, so every 5 year, time 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, say 25 year, then she'll be 3, she'll be 28. So by the time she was 28, she would be 50% more likely to get Alzheimer's. So a jab that we're supposed to be protecting our kids with in the long term is literally killing them. It's shortening their life. It's worsening their health. Like, yeah, we jabbed our kids when we were little, when they were born, with all these things, and I didn't know what was in it. I got jabbed when I was little. We didn't know what was in it. That was then. This is now. The age of information. Like, everyone's got access to the phones. Everyone's got all these little comments to make on all these Facebook pages about how wrong we are and how this isn't going to happen and they can't do that because of this, or cognitive dissonance. That's not real. Do you know what I mean? Or like, what was the other one? Gillick competence. They can't use Gillick competence. It's not going to happen. They can't do it by law. So... yeah, I'm past it. Hopefully lessons are learned and you can start to see what's going on. This is major now. They're here for the kids. Last year I'm saying they're coming for the kids. Oh, and now it's like, them poor kids. Because of ignorance, cognitive dissonance, the television, all forcing and controlling you to subconsciously think in a different way, so you don't see the truth. Like, you want to know the truth? You really want to know the truth? Ask us. Really? Take a look on my wall. Look for the past year. Well, probably more than a year. Look at it all. The end goal, what is it? Depopulation. So much stuff into it, like so much even biblical stuff that has been like documented from so many years ago. You read it and I'm like, wow. I've just remembered I need to reply to a message because someone just blows my mind. I'm like, wow, crazy stuff. But you don't know unless you look. If you want to be ignorant towards it all, then crack on. Do you know what I mean? It's been long enough now, and if you're still walking about with a mask on, then crying that you're poorly, but you don't know why, and you're double jabbed and it's coming back negative. The mind boggles. How hasn't anything resonated? Like, how hasn't anything had an effect of the damage that's been caused by these masks alone? Like, look on the box. Get a box next time. If you wear a mask and you think it's all ball and blah 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 blah, get a box and read the box, and it'll say does not protect against a virus, does not protect against coronavirus. So why are you wearing it? Do you know when you wear a mask, even the kids in school, when you put a mask on and you go into the toilets and poo, like, remember this from science, from being a kid, but when you fart, when you pump, poo particles get released. I know it's silly, but poo particles get released, and that's what happens. That's how you smell a fart. So when you smell it through your mask or go into a bathroom, any particles that are in that area that you were in get stuck on your mask. So if you're wearing your mask, after that, you're breathing in somebody else's toxic waste. That's what you're breathing in. That's what you're making your kids breathe in. And you're breathing it in for what? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. And then you put it in your bag because you've finished. You don't need to conform to go into a shop where you don't even need one because you're scared of the oxygen that's inside of the shop but not outside of the shop. But it's only going to hit you when you're stood up, but not when you're sat down. When you have a drink, you're fine, but when you don't have a drink, you need to be careful. So where's the logic? Where's the logic? You take your mask off, you put it in your bag, you go out the next day, oh gosh, I need to protect everybody. So you put this mask back on that's already covered in shit. Then you're breathing it in for another 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 7 hour, whatever. Then it goes back in your bag or your pocket. If anybody was even like serious about following these guidelines instead of just looking like a slave, muzzled up like an absolute thing now, yeah. Like, look on the government website, that's where all your information, that's where everybody's abiding by their rules, what's put on the government website, that's what people are abiding by. So if you look on there, it'll state in your mask, like it states when you put one on, you have to wash your hands beforehand. When you take one off, you have to wash your hands afterwards, sorry. When you remove the mask, it has to be put in the bin or washed at a right degree. When they're going into schools, it says to put them in plastic bags. Make the kids wash their hands before and after. It says that you shouldn't be touching it. If you touch it, it's then like, what's the word? It's then, I'm thinking intoxicated, that's not the word. Infected, let's say that. It's then got whatever germs you've picked up by picking your shopping up that everybody else has had hold of while you've got a mask on to protect yourself and other people from things, yeah, you get the gist. So, mask mandates are coming back. So when they start jabbing these kids here, well, they've started. When this flu jab comes out, like, this is what's going to kill people. So if you double jab now and you've got this far of like, I'm jabbed, I'll wear a mask, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm all right. Don't risk a flu jab. Be careful with your kids getting the flu jab because, again, anyone can find this out. The flu jab is a live vaccine, so they're giving you the flu. It's live. It's a live thing entered into your body, and they're putting it into your kid's body. They say it's to make your body like fight the antiviruses, like, do you know what I mean? Like getting the T cells to not get so poorly if you ever to get the flu, and that's what it's for. But what they give you is a live flu jab. So when this is in your body, something called shedding happens, and this is shedded out of your body. You sweat it out. It comes through your pores, like your saliva, excrement, so to speak. It comes out of you, and you can pass it on to somebody else. So if your kid's getting the flu jab and your nana is bad, or, you know, like, what's it, like, immune compromised, I'm sure that's what they call it, then this flu jab will interfere with their immune system and it'll make them ill. And if they're jabbed, the mRNA inside your body replicates. Well, there's a science at the minute, use other research, so we're just finding all this out. Obviously, you can read it up yourself on the Yellow Card Scheme, the reporting thing on the government website. You should all know this if you jab, because whoever jabbed you should have told you. But obviously, you are part of research. This is just clinical trials. It's never been used in humans before, ever in history. It has been used on animals, and I think it was ferrets. Yeah, I'm sure it was ferrets it got used on, and some of the ferrets died, some of the ferrets were all right afterwards, and then when reintroduced to a virus, the ferret cells replicated the virus, and they had what's called a cytonic storm. And pronounce it how you want, I say cytonic storm. And that's where your nerves all basically can't cope no more, and kills you. You die. So that's what the flu jab has the potential of doing. My oldest isn't in school, obviously they're jabbing them all now. It's in the Pfizer documents if you want to look on their website. Well, I don't know if it's still there. You know what they're like for hiding information. But I might have it saved. The Pfizer documents state that shedding does happen with a Pfizer jab. It is what it is, yeah. They're going to shed. They're saying that it's not a live virus that's in it, since I know that loads of tests have been done on what is actually in these jars, because no one knows. They change the information, they hide the information. I've got a video of the original box that had the Pfizer, like vials are called, aren't they, them little glass bottles. I've got the original video of that, and when I posted it to Facebook, they said that it was misinformation, it was lies. I got a block, and the video was deleted off my Facebook, and the video was deleted out of my phone. And the more I've spoken to people, the more common I've found that this is. Oh, it's mad. So the whole point of this now 15 minutes and 51 seconds long video was to know what's coming, be prepared. Food shortages. If you go in any shop now, you'll see that the shelves are empty, there's freezers out, it's all this, oh, they're broke, or we can't get this, or going to a restaurant, can I order this? Oh no, we can't, the supplier isn't this, we can't get that. Missed out on double chocolate fudge cake me the other day. I was fuming. So yeah, it's all coming, and like I say, we've been saying this for ages. They started messing about with the electronics and things in July the 9th maybe, if I remember that right. Might be wrong, but anyway, July. With a power grid and shutting businesses down, shutting banks down, making it so people could only get the money on certain days. Like, that's your money. They're restricting you from getting your own money. And this was just different companies, different, like all over the world, obviously not just the UK, all over the world this is happening. And people, and that's what keeps happening. A lot of fraud going on, a lot of people are getting the banks broken into. A lot of stuff's happening. The gas prices. I got told the other day that there's going to be a 26% rise in gases come October. They told me that what was going to happen. I think it was today. Was it yesterday? What day is it today? Tuesday. Yesterday it happened, didn't it? He told me about the meeting and things of what was going to happen and so on and so forth, and what to need and what to do and how to be prepared, really, because if you haven't woke up to none of this, then you best start swallowing some red pills because these next couple of months are going to be naughty. Naughty. And the more mentally prepared that you are, physically, food, power, the easier it'll be, the happier you can keep yourself. Like, all this evil that's going on, all this horribleness in, like, the paedophilia, like, the brutality of the child sex trafficking that goes on from all the elites, like all these famous pop stars that is all like, and all these singers and actors and all the rest of it. Like, Beyonce broke my heart the most, I'm not gonna lie. They're all shills, they're all clones, they're all paid, they're all robots, they all eat humans, they look so young because of the adrenochrome. You'll see them with the black eyes because of the lack of the adrenochrome. I actually think this has got something to do with the Vril. If you know about the Vril, then that's pretty deep, and I won't go into it because, like I say, if wearing a mask is hard to come by to see, like, the deception around that, then the Vril is a whole new level. But I think that's what the black eyes are to do with the Vril, personally, but it's been associated with the adrenochrome. Yeah, but then when you think of, like, even the human cannibalism that goes on, you can search that yourselves. They're all over Cannibalism Club, I think it's called, and the leader, the owner of that is, let me think, I think it's, Mark Zuckerberg's wife's sister. Do your own research. Don't take anything that I say. Do your own research. Let me give you the kick up the arse to go and have a look into things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I only know what I know from my research. I learn every day. Things blow my mind every day. And it's crazy. But there's also good to balance it, so you always have to remember that. And that's why I'm saying, like, Get prepared. Get prepared. Get mentally prepared. Like, people, you know, are going to die. The only promise that we have in life is that we are all going to die. So people are taking these jabs to survive longer. Then what? What are you doing with your life? How are you making it more interesting? Are you living every day? Are you seizing the moment? Are you ticking off your bucket list? Or are you being jabbed to work, to pay your bills, to pay your taxes, to pay the government? See the vicious circle? The government pay the elite, the deletes. It's just a one big, massive circle. The rat race. If you've seen The Truman Show, we live in The Truman Show. And when you understand that, then it makes life easier, really. The world's a lie. The world's a lie. It's also flat, if that's a boom for you. Yeah, there's just so much. Everything that you've ever been led to believe is a lie. Like gas and electric's all free. In 1913, they already had electric cars. They already had wireless. They had like Wi-Fi without all the cables like connected to your house. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was all wireless. Like, they're moving towards wireless now with all the electric cars and that. Like, it's a brand new thing. Like, but it's not. It's definitely 1913. I'll try and find the photos. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then it shows you all the buildings, and then the mud flood came. Like, the mud flood's just another... It's looking about every 100 years that they try and... Something happens. So let's say every 100 years. So then the mud flood came and buried all of these massive buildings. And then they just... The towns were forgot. What's it called? There is another one for you. Tartanian. Am I saying that right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Tartanian. Oh, what was it? Tartanian City? Or something? Or the Tartarian Cities? Look into that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Someone will know. Look into that. Why don't our kids, my daughter was learning GCSE history and she's telling me things and I'm like, no, babe. No, that's not the truth. So it's just hard, isn't it? Like, why? Well, we know why. We know why it's not taught, because they want you to believe that you're dumb, you're not capable of anything, you have to live in your little 9-to-5 job, don't be happy, go and drink your alcohol, drink your spirits, they take away your spirit. At the weekend, you want the week to end, you're wishing your life away. That's why it's all this wording is just so, like, what they call it, legalize, and then it's just so, there's so much manipulation in wording, and you should look into that. Boom, yeah. Notepad and pen kind of video this. But yeah, so the legalese that they use, it just manipulates the wording. Lost my trail of thought now. Oh yeah, that was it. So they don't want you learning. They want you dumbed down. They want you to pay your 9-to-5, work a 9-to-5 job, sorry. Oh, wording, that's what I was saying. How they change the wording, like, look in history from the early 1900s of what the word nature meant. And then have a look at the edits over the years, see what the word nature means now. Morning. But what do you do when someone dies? You mourn. Morning. So all you're doing to say to somebody, all you're doing really is saying you're morning. You pass that negativity down, it's all in the words. So like the top layer, let's say, whatever you want to label it as, the deletes, the extraterrestrials, the whatever you want, whatever level you want to go to, like, that's where it's at. They want it all negative, they want negative vibes, they want morning, weekend. It's like, let's drink, let's have your alcohol, have your spirits, all these things. And that's why they want it, like grand risings I'll say that now. Like, I don't say morning no more. It makes me feel morning. Makes me feel like, ugh. So, grand rising. Oh, grand awakening. Like, be happy you've woke up. You're living another day. Like, this whole, I'm not even saying conspiracy, this whole world plan is all there in black and white. And if you want to be asked to go and look into it, it's there. You've got your phone. You've got your phones. And prowl internet, like prowl Facebook all day, reading people's lives and the absolute garbage that's on it. Do something. What's your life purpose? What are you here for? You want to live. You don't want to die. You're so scared. You're wearing a mask. You're getting jabbed. So what now? How are you going to fulfill your life's purpose? Now what? Now what? You need to live life to the fullest. Like, that's your whole point, isn't it? You're too scared. You want to protect others. You don't want to kill others. You don't want to bring harm on no one. You only want to do good. So what good are you doing? What difference is it going to make to your life? Or are you just going to be cracking on the same? Now that all this is coming, the food shortages are coming. Like, you need to get ready, because this is happening. No one believed last year when we said about being muzzled in school for the kids. No one believed last year when you said that there's going to be a booster jab. No one believed last year when we said about the passports. No one believed last year when we said about the kids. No one believed about the Gaelic competence. No one believed about the cognitive dissonance. No one believed about Agenda 30. No one believed about the Rockefeller Playbook. No one believed about Agenda 21. No one believed nothing. Now look what is happening. No one wants to believe that Trump won. No one wants to believe that the sex trafficking's real. No one wants to believe that humans eat humans. But why won't humans believe that? Why? When you eat animals? Do you know what I mean? Like, we eat animals. Why? Isn't it just the human food chain? It's meat. We're meat. So what's the difference? Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what's in our bodies. We don't know what's in these animals that we're eating. Like, we don't know what's in them. What have they been injected with? What if they're injecting these drugs into these animals that we won't take, then feeding us them? We already know what McDonald's is made of. Even Google it, human meat. How many times has human been found in McDonald's? Blech. Human kids. How many times have people found human teeth in the McDonald's? Look it all up. Ugh, it makes me shudder. Tell you what, I haven't had a McDonald's since the day I went down that rabbit hole. No way. The potato, the chips are not even chips. They're not even chips. They're GMO. They're made in a lab. It's not even a potato. So you're thinking, oh, well, at least they're getting potato. Yeah, but it's not potato. It's made in a lab. Human meat, like kids. All this sex trafficking that's going on. So the canal's blocked now, the Suez Canal. What's it blocked by? Who's the company? Evergreen. Next time you watch films, like subconsciously, you'll see how many Evergreen containers are in there, especially sex trafficking, and especially child sex trafficking, because the Evergreen containers are linked to Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, biggest sex traffickers, probably most notorious in the world. If you know about Hillary, you need there's another boom for you. Have a look. Hillary, she's already dead. They're all already dead, but the clones are in place of them now, and they just fulfill it because they've got no soul. It is what it is. They'll just carry on. It doesn't matter who they hurt, what the damage is in the way. It's the little puppets. Like I say, if somebody offered you 500 million to go on the telly and say, yeah, this jab works. Yeah, I'm fine. I've had two and 7 boosters and 5 pills, and I've had COVID 795 times. I test every day, and I haven't took my mask off since 2019. Someone paid you to go on the telly, and you were an influence, and they offered you 500 billion pound. Would you do it? Of course you would, because everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price. They say everyone's got a price. I beg to differ with those truthers. The real truthers, anyway. The real ones that are seeing this for what it is. So get your food sorted. You need to start stocking up on tins. I've been stocking up since June, when I told you about I can't remember what it's called now. The electrical grid going down, and it did all over the world. So just, but every time you go shopping, even now, oh, actually, there was something, here's one for you, the bread and butter company, the bread and butter something it's called. If you look on there, if you sign up to them, it's a new company for struggling adults, anyone really. You get food shopping for a fraction of the price. I suggest that people take it seriously if if it comes to it, instead of being scared and what's going on, like they're jabbing the kids in school already. I don't know, my daughter hasn't gone back. I'm not bothered. I am bothered, obviously. I'm bothered for the kids, that's why I'm still cracking on. But I mean, I don't have no fear because my daughter's not there, so I've got nothing to fear. So it's took that fear away from me because I already knew what was coming, so I'm prepared. And now I'm she's fine, she's my main concern. I know that that's dealt with now, so now what's next? So they've upped the price of the gas. Why am I calling it gas? Hey, gas. The gasoline. The gasoline's gone up, but it is what it is. But gas and electric as well, I mean, everything, it's going to be going up to hundreds of pounds a year. So get ready. When the electric goes off, when the grid shuts down, so basically the world is, the last time I looked, it was £217 trillion in debt. Who to? The moon? Possibly. Another one. Another rabbit hole. I won't do it. But who are they in debt to? £217 trillion in debt. Who's the world in debt to? Who owns the world? So supposedly when we are born, we're born free, sovereign human beings. We have that human right. We have a right to breathe. We have a right to travel. We have a right to, I think it's about 10 rights. We have a right to choose. We have a right to freedom. We have a right to freedom of speech. We have a right to protest. We have a right to stand up to what we believe in. We have all these rights as a born person. When you're born, your parents sign your birth certificate, which is signing your life over, which is making a straw man of you. Looking at these, because I'm just reeling it all off from the top of my head here. A straw man of you. So when you're born, the government creates the straw man of you, which was the straw man of me. I have a straw man of me called Laura, obviously. My straw man name is Laura. But that's not me. That's the name that my parents give to me when I was born, same as you do with your children. I've done with mine. And what you're doing then is you're signing your kids over to the government, basically. And I've done the same, and this is the next thing that's going to probably take over my research, is to do it. You can do it. There's a group on Facebook called Common Law Now, I think it's called. There's websites, Meet Your Straw Man. I'm sure it's .com, but just search it. Don't use Google, for God's sake. Just do not use Google for any research purposes. Do not use Google. Using Google for research purposes is like getting Jeffrey Epstein to look after your kids. Nada. Don't do it. Never gonna happen. Download, there's a couple. There's DuckDuckGo, that's the most common. Quant, I've got one. Oh, what's the other one? It's just gone off the top of my head, but there's two. DuckDuckGo is probably my first go-to. And then Quant. I just don't like the way that the search is out on it, but does the job. Just don't use Google. Google, it's all bought. Everything's bought. Everyone's owned. Everyone's associated with everybody. Everybody is in with each other. Mark Zuckerberg isn't even Mark Zuckerberg anymore. If you look at pictures from ages ago, full on clone. His wife, just look into them, but don't use Google. And don't believe fact checkers. So say my business was to tell you to take this new magic red pill. See what I've done there? So here it is. And I am a billionaire. I am an absolute trillion zillionaire. And I want you all to take this red pill. And now I knew two people. I could give them I can give them £1 million. Go and tell that. All right then. So then they spoke up, and then they told somebody else, and that influenced another two people. And then I bought a TV. advert, then that influenced another 10 people, who influenced another 10 people. So then and then someone was saying, that's not real, claiming on a website. And I had the money to go to the owner and be like, here, there's 10 million. Do me a favour, if anyone says this isn't real, tell him that they're lying. Yeah, mate, of course, here, gives that 10 mil. All right then, yeah, nice one. All right then, yeah. There you go, fact checkers. Is what it is. Do you know what I mean? And like, from day one, the only way I've ever the best way to describe it is so people understand, like, all the documents on the website are like, it's all there, it's all in black and white. If you got found with a ticky list and you went to trial, would you get sentenced? Would that evidence be used against you? Yeah, because it's all there in black and white. So why, on the government website, does it say that the pandemic ended on March the 19th, 2020? But then the FDA claiming that these jabs are under emergency powers because we are in the middle of a pandemic. See what I mean? Like, but the government website says that the pandemic ended on the 19th of March 2020. Yeah, that's days before we got locked down. See what I mean? See what I mean? And now all these kids are feeling they're going to be like getting the brunt of it in the schools. Like, oh, last week the teachers were telling me, head of year, oh no, we don't know nothing about the kids getting jabbed in school. I was like, well, I'm telling you, and I've been telling you for a year, it's happening. Blah, blah, blah. This week, no contact. No contact. Why? The end of the day, like, you'll find out that we're telling the truth, and the only reason that we put ourselves out there for all of this scrutiny and death threats and abuse and name calling and everything is like to wake us up. Why? We could just crack on and live and be like, crack on, go and get jabbed, go and get your booster. Yeah, go and get your booster. Yeah, you need it. Yeah, you do know that it only lasts 6 months now with these jabs. So if it only lasts 6 months in the adults, what about the kids? Oh yeah. So the kids are only getting one jab, but it's already stated that the probably Chris Whitty, the government, bunch of pedos, are all looking into it after Christmas to see if the kids need another jab. But if it's already out that the adults need a booster because it doesn't work, why is it going to work on the kids when it doesn't work on the adults? It's silly things like this. You just have to put the jigsaw together yourself. Look at like, I don't even watch the news. I can't stand it. It's so blows your mind. But you need to read what they're writing in like the newspapers and things, the wording that they use, and see the speech, how they speak it. You must do this. Nah. Look what it means in legalese. What must mean? Nah, it's up to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything's just, they're saying it's a law. No, it's not. It's a regulation. By who? By the government. Yeah, but the government can't make laws because the government is a corporation. A corporation can't make the laws. See what I mean? Silly little things, like as soon as you know these little things, the government can't fine you. The government can't force you to do a law that's not a law. Yeah, it's going into Parliament. Yeah, like the Coronavirus Bill 2020. They've had it extended. It is regulation. Everything that's happening now is so illegal. It's unbelievable. If you look on, so this, every time I type this website, it deletes out of my like writing box, and every time I post it, it's not worth the ban. So I'm gonna say the before the word, even though I've probably said enough in here. I got a ban already, like, but so it's just called the World. Oh no, it's not. It's called the World. Oh my god, what's it called? Doctors World Alliance, or Alliance World Doctors. It's gone now, I'm on the spot. Doctors World Alliance, yeah, you get the gist. Something like that. But look on there, look how many thousands there is. I've just been getting emails there that what's happened there. I need to reread it before I can repeat it. But it's all looking good. Oh yeah, that was it. The whistleblower from yesterday who worked for the government, who's come out and give loads of evidence and things. I only watched it once, so whistleblower, she's come out, she works for the US government, I think it was, and she's basically blew the lid on all sorts. Everything that's already documented that you can read yourself. You don't need somebody to tell you how to live. Remember, you're an adult. You don't need somebody to control you, tell you when you can go to the shop, to tell you when you can leave your house. You're a fully grown adult. This is the flu. There is a survival rate of 99.9996. If you want to have a look, I've got a, what they're called, Freedom of Information request letter on my phone from James Cook University Hospital up until July this year, from, I'm sure it was April 2020 to July 2021, asking how many people have died from coronavirus alone with no underlying conditions. How many is there? 37. Now, as I keep saying, any death's a death. It's bad, it's horrible, but the only promise that we have in this lifetime, on this plane of life, on this, where we are now, is we're all going to die. So if we're living our life in fear, why? Why don't you flip it round? Why don't you get out there and fucking enjoy yourself? And what? And what? You get the flu, and what? Go and do some grounding. Take your shoes off, go and stand outside, scientifically proven. Helps coordinate your blood, when you get like blood clots, it can help your heart, it can help congestion, it can helps your full body. As soon as you stand on the ground barefoot on solid concrete or grass or sand or anything like that that's like solid on AstroTurf, and that doesn't count. As soon as you stand on that, it literally sends the vibrations through your body. Have a look into it. It's just pure life. They say that there's a plant for every illness. Fruit and veg is literally the cure. The cure. We don't have medicine in this house. We haven't had medicine in this house for about a year now. After my youngest was bad last year and got rushed into hospital, and I locked us down for 3 months. Got so paranoid of everything, like, oh gosh, besotted by BBC News. Oh my God, what's happening in the world? Tell me. Until one day I get to leave, and that was a reality shock. And then my other dog got kicked out of school for not wearing a mask. So I, obviously, parent, you have to. I'm not going to be like, go and wear a mask. Go on, go and wear a mask. Go on, go and wear a mask. I know you can't breathe, but go and wear a mask. I'm a parent. I'm a mother. That's what you do. You research. You know what's best for your child. You know what to do. You know what to say. You know what the laws are. You know what the regulations are. She got kicked out for 2 weeks. I found everything out. That's why my research started. And even in that, I was like, whoa, what the... Sent a big, massive essay to the school, tagged, I think it was about 30 to 40 odd teachers in this email. And literally sent it to everybody in the school, the head of the head, the heads of the departments, the heads of science, the heads of mental health, the heads of their mental health, like everything. Got a phone call the next morning. Hello, Miss Pears. She can come back into school today if she wants. No, said she'll be in beginning next week. Thank you. Changed all the regulations, changed all the rules, changed everything in their documents that was all over the school website, changed everything. Not a thank you, Laura, not a, oh, thanks for doing all this research. Didn't realise we were actually being unlawful. Didn't realise we were actually discriminating your child. I didn't realise that what we were doing to her was making her feel under pressure and singling her out from the full school. No, nothing. Nothing at all, but... I'm not bothered. I didn't do it for that. I done it for the simple fact is I knew it was wrong. And I knew that she wasn't wearing a mask. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't breathe. So you do what you have to do. It's just crazy at the time that we're in now. The kids are in. The kids are getting... Make sure you educate your children. By the end of the year, they're coming for the babies from birth. In the hospital, your baby will get took and jabbed. If you refuse... Oh, there's another subject, but yeah. That's what the aim is by the end of the year. People don't start speaking up now, like, people, yeah, I know, it's all full of shit, yeah, I know. Just pass my mask, oh, I'm just going to get my booster. I know, but you're just abiding by it. You're the ones who are implicating everything that's happened. The lockdowns are already planned because people are testing the kids now in the schools. Why are you testing the kids? If you look on the CDC website, you will see that they are removing the PCR test. It will no longer be in use. They're removing it now. Slowly but surely, it's getting whittled down. And then from the 31st of December 2021, it will no longer be in use because they cannot detect the difference between influenza and COVID. What's influenza? The flu. Where's 20,000 flu deaths gone? Not even 20,000, it's more than 20,000 flu deaths. It went from, actually it might be right, it went from 19, I'm sure it was 19,500 flu deaths in 2019 to 1,600 in 2020. So where's the flu gone? Now they're warning the flu's back, but why is the flu back? There was only 1,000. Well, actually it might not even been 1,000. Around 1,000 deaths last year, so now they're wanting you to jab again with something else. What's in it? Have you looked? Have a look. Look at how much. Look at the mercury content in it. Ugh. Have a look. But now they're wanting you to jab you again for something that hasn't killed no one because it's gone. How does that work? And you're gonna just go and get jabbed. You're gonna go and get jabbed. Ugh. But like I say, it is shedding, and you can take what I say, or you can leave it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my thing by sharing what I know. And if you take it on board, then that's down to you, isn't it? Like, please do. Like, I hope you do. Because it's not just me saying this. There are millions and millions and millions of people. Statistically, so what was these statistics? They're saying that 86% of adults have been double jabbed. But if you look into it, I'm sure it was 64%. I'm sure it was only 64% that really have. But they also have the placebo out there, so people are like, I've been jabbed, I'm fine. Yeah, but what have you been jabbed with? Do you know? Have you been jabbed? I've been jabbed with a placebo. Have you been jabbed with a placebo? Do you know or don't you know? So again, you're putting something in your body that you don't have a clue about to be healthy and to keep others safe and healthy. And you're putting an unknown drug that's never been used on humans ever before in life into your body. Madness, really, innit? Just madness. You need to speak up. 'Cause they're coming. Be prepared and be happy. That's what you need to do. I know they're coming, they've been coming, they're here, everyone, like, people still crack on and live their lives as normal. So over these next couple of months, it's going to be a big bomb, and it'll be a rude awakening for you. Like, it'll be a rude awakening for you if you don't get a grips with some of the things that are going on now. Your power's going to be out. Think, what are you going to need? There's no electricity. Think. So the power goes out, right? You've got no electricity, you've got no lights. What do you need? How are you going to make lights? Get some candles in. There's solar panels for sale on YouTube, on eBay, on Amazon, on anywhere. There's solar panels. I've got myself some. I've got. I'm prepped. So you get these solar panels and you put them out. I've got a couple of different ones. So I've got ones with light bulbs on them. So even if I just put my solar panel outside, the electric's being turned off. There's no grid. There's no power. There's nothing. I can put my solar panel outside. I can get charge off from outside, and I can get light inside my house on a night when it gets dark. Charge, the first thing. Oh my god, there's no phone chargers. Oh my god, there's no electric. Oh wow, there's no electric. I can't do this, I can't do that. I found these things last night. They're so weirdly creative. It's like a little wind up thing, and it's got a USB on it, and you can just wind it up. You don't have to plug it into anything. You don't have to charge it. You don't do anything. It's just electric power. Couple in USB, anything, you can charge it. Batteries, I've got a hell of a lot of batteries at the moment. Not for that, what people seem to always think. But rechargeables. So now I've got a rechargeable battery, like rechargeable battery charger thing that holds 4 AA or 4 AAA batteries, USB. Plug it into my solar panel, or I can plug it in my wind up thing. Plug that in. Solar panels again. I've got one that charges a car battery. Who knows? Then food. How are you going to cook? There's no power. Firewood. Indoor wood. Keep yourselves warm. No smoke wood. What else have I got? I bought a little cooker, like a little camping cooker, so it's a double stove. And I've just been stocking up on, the gas canisters, the little gas canisters. I've just been stocking up on them. It is what it is. The water, if there's no electric, the water pumps will go off, you'll run out of water. I got this, like, you can get them, I think I only paid about £8 off eBay, for this, like, collapsible plastic water drum, and it holds, I think I got one that holds 15 to 20 litres of water. A couple of them in, or save a couple of empty bottles. You need to be able to last, if anything, do you know what I mean? So then if it all goes off, you fill them bottles up before the pumps are gone, before your water pumps are empty. Fill all them up, then you've got your water supply. What else was there? Heating, yeah, you can layer up. You've got candles. There was something, what was I looking at? There was something that I was looking at that gave an extra 5% heat off, and I've totally gone blank as to what it was. I don't know, but if you get these solar panels, they have USB on. If you have a USB heat. What was the other one thing I want to tell you about first before I go on to Tesla? Food, yeah, your gas canisters, wood, get like a fire drum, your barbecue, coal, you need to stock up on food, you know, boil your water, water, yeah, so your water, empty it, water tablets, there, again, I've literally, my survival kit's eBay, I've got an eBay survival kit, so water tablets were like, I can't remember how much they were, I think, tenner, maybe, something daft like that, I can't remember. And you can get small ones to clean a litre of water, up to ones that can clean 25 litres of water to 50 litres of water. It just depends what you want to get, your preference. I can't even remember what I got, to be fair, but I think I got some of the 1 litre ones and some 25 litre ones, because I thought the 25 litre ones, yeah, I did, because I got 32 25 litre ones, and then I thought if I cut them in half, there's 12.5 litres and 64 tablets. Logic thinking. What was the other thing? Yeah, Tesla Energy, that's what I was going to say. Excuse me. So can you remember when you were in school and we used to connect the wires together? I can't remember how to do it, and it's one thing that I keep thinking, I need to look at that, I need to look into that, I need to look into that. And you used to just connect some wires round and then collect your little crocodile clip to the metal clip, and you'd have a light bulb. That's what we need. We need to stock up on them, things like that. Light straight away, instant light. As long as to know little things like this is how to get the electric current without having to plug in for electricity. It's little survival skills. What else was I going to say? It's going to be like, it's a long 52 minutes. It's not really, it's gone so quick. I didn't intend to do this, as usual, but may as well get it all out now. I am doing it and I have memory. What was the other thing? Oh, I can't remember what the other thing was. Food, drink, water and heat. That's what you need. Food, yeah. Like things like tins, packets, like you get your tomato soups. They say you want to be stocking up for about 3 months. 3 months to get you over 3 months. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what people who know what they're talking about are recommending. And I don't mean me. But that's the advice I've got, let's put it that way. That's the advice I have got. So I'm passing that on to you. Again, whether you take it, whether you leave it, that is your prerogative even. It is what it is, I'm just telling you. So 3 months, so like tinned fruit, tinned potatoes. There's a lot of vegan stuff that's tinned now, and I say that because if you look at the stuff that is in tinned, like another thing, it's little things that make you think, oh yeah. Like I used to get the microwavable rice, the packets of rice that you microwave, just because it was convenient. And I thought, oh, we're still having rice, it's still this, it's still good. It's just me and my girls, like one of my girls doesn't really eat rice, so it was convenient for us and cheap. And then someone said something once and they were like, yeah, well, how long's the rice been in the packet? Like, what's making it stay like that? And I was like, oh yeah, what is making it stay like that? Like, what is it? And they were like, look at the ingredients. And then when you look at the ingredients, just research. If you don't know and you're like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Copy it into your research bar. DuckDuckGo. Copy it into your research bar. And look at it and see what it is. And like I said, scroll past the fact checkers, just pretend they're not there. Look at things that they say is not true, because that's the truth. We live in opposite world. We live in opposite. Pardon me. I don't know where that came from. We live in opposite world. We live in upside down world. Anything that you believe to be true, it's not. It's not. We're just led to believe that, so it messes our head up. So we believe that we're all like run down. Oh, we need all our medication because we're on antidepressant. Because we're all depressed. We're this. We're that. It's not. We're just being suppressed to be who we really are. Like, who are you really? Are you scared of doing something in front of somebody else because that's ego? Are you not wanting to do something because, like, you're scared for you? Why? That's fear. Like, don't live like that. Like, be happy. Like, embrace life. Like I say, people are getting jabbed because they're scared to die. If you're scared to die, what are you going to do to improve your life then? Like, and I've just said like about 15 times in that full sentence. Like, but you need to change your ways. You're depressed and unhappy because of your surroundings. The people don't like to admit it, the radiation that's going on off your Wi-Fi, the street lamps outside. When you're walking past the LED street lights outside, look up, it says 5G on them. It says 5G. Look at your smart meters. People are ill while walking about with a smartwatch on. How's the smartwatch connecting? What's it doing to the body? What's it doing to your vibrations? You are electricity. Wi-Fi is electricity. We're living in an electrical field. Everything is energy. Do you know what I mean? The Matrix is true. The Matrix is a documentary. It's not a film, it's a documentary. And when you understand that, like, Mr. Smith is the government who are wanting to control you. And all they do is they plant loads of little robots all over the place. Like, you'll have seen thousands and thousands of people. I think it was 140,000 people that Facebook employed to be little bots for them. So, if you have seen or you haven't seen, whatever, it's there. Like, pages with so many, say 50 of the same status on, page after page after page, from different accounts after accounts after accounts, of thousands of accounts, all putting exact same statuses on, all putting exact same comments on, but different profiles. I was thousands. It was in, like I say, you can read it yourself, it's all there. It was 100, I'm sure it was positive, it was 140,000. I read this last year when they were advertising the job on the government website. 140,000. And they're just bots to be like, yeah, get the job, I'm fine. You're this, you're that. You're a conspiracy theorist, you're a tinfoil hat. And what are you? Ignorant. Because that's all it is. Like, we do all this work, you complain about us, and we're the ones who do all the work. Like, do you realise how many hours of research I have put in over this last year? And it's not the fact of putting it in, it's the fact of, I'm not living like no little dirty slave. You won't muzzle me and you won't be jabbing me. I'm telling you that now, me or my kids, it is not happening. If I have to live off-grid, I am off-grid. Trust me, you don't believe how sustainable that I am. I am capable. I'm capable of taking me and my girls into them woods and building a shelter and surviving. Some aren't, but that's why the next message is to unite. We need to unite. We need to have our teams of people that are good at one thing and good at others. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've got a good unit around me now. I feel I'm happy, I'm safe, I know people. I know people that are ready. I know people that have got things that I haven't got, and I know that people can do things that I can't do. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy. The only thing now is obviously the kids that they're actually being jabbed, but all in all, I'm happy and I'm prepped and I keep my vibe high. That's what you need to do. Imagine it didn't happen. Imagine it all, boof, all fine and dandy, good. At least you won't have to buy shopping for 3 months. Do you know what I mean? At least you can use your solar panels for your electricity instead of using your electric, even though we know that's definitely happening. But just for these people that say it's not going to happen, blah, 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 don't do that, you don't need to. Just for them. Like, Noah, I feel for Noah. Never thought I'd say this in my life, but I feel for Noah. But he warned them, and then the flood came, and he was... unfortunately, that's what we'll be doing. But be prepared, like be mentally prepared of when this flu jab's administered. We may have to deal with some serious stuff. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, you'll see what I mean. Everything that we've said over this past year is true. Everything that everyone said who's ever looked into it, never mind the past year, over the past 10 year, over the past 20 year. I know people who've been into this since the 90s. I know people that have been into this since the 80s. I know people now that have been into this that long that they've got evidence going back to try and stop other things from happening, like major things happening, because they were major in with things. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's got a story. You don't know each other. You don't have a clue. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. At the end of the day, you need to think about you now. You wear your mask to protect everybody. You got your jab to protect everybody and give everybody so everybody could hug you. You've done everything else. You've kept your social distance so you don't infect nobody. You've tested yourself and your kids so that you're not going to infect nobody and pass it on to nobody else. Now it's time to think of you. Now it's time to think of number one. Now it's time to think of yourself and your own kids and your own family. And do what's right. I'm going to wrap this up. I was going to say about Tesla Energy, because if you look into it, I know there's more into it depth-wise about him being a Mason and stuff, but overall, the general, what he says, look at, excuse me, look at him, Nikola Tesla, look him up. Obviously, I know a lot of yous that'll probably have got this far already, you'll know what I'm talking about over all of this, but hopefully, like I say, if one person, I know that I've helped people, that makes me, it makes me content. It would make me cry if I thought about it, because I'm so passionate about it. I know people that I've spoke to so many people, like I've spoke to so many people, and see what I mean? This is why I don't go into this bit. But I've spoke to so many people, right, and people are waking up now, and we are like, fuck them, fuck him. There's more of us than them. Why is everyone hiding behind the doors and behind the little muzzles, scared and getting jabbed up? Like, with what? You don't even know with what, to do what, to protect other people. Protect other people. Hang on, wait there. Is someone going to go and put my lick on and pay my bills as well? Is someone going to pay my... Do you know what I mean? Like, is anyone going to do that? Who's looking after me? Who's looking after me when I'm not very well? Who's feeding me? No one. Who's taking care of my paperwork? No one. Me. So, the end of the day, I'm fighting my fight, and I will fight my fight and until the day we don't have to no more, because that day is coming. And the world is becoming 5D and 3D, whether the way you want to perceive it is down to the individual. The way I see it is the world separating, and that's on many levels. And the people that are vibing high are literally, see how happy we are, see how many good things that happen to us. Like, I know the police dictatorship and the Nazi, little rough Nazis, think that there's something at the minute, but shh, you watch, we are like doubling in numbers by the day. Brazil, I think the full countries of Brazil is awake now. It's unbelievable when you see how many millions are in there, stand up, like, protests and things all over the world. America, where was that one the other day where one man on his own, I'll have to post this video because it's meant, one man on his own, all in black, ballied up, one copper took out, all these coppers stood there for people protesting, smashing them, trying to smash people over the head. Women, it doesn't matter who you are, you're a target because you're standing up and defying the agenda. You're defying what the BBC are telling you. You're defying what the paedophiles in power are telling you. Do you know what I mean? You're being defiant. You're not being regimental. You're not being conformative. You're not listening to what they tell you. So they're upping the punishment. You know what I mean? Like when your kid's naughty. Don't do that or you're not having no sweets. I wouldn't advise sweets. Don't do that or you're not having no sweets. And then they don't, right, if you carry on doing it, then you won't this. If you carry on doing it, you won't be playing out tomorrow. Right, that's it, you're not playing out. There you go. There's your level of threat. See how and then you're upping the level of threat because they didn't listen to you in the first place. So that's what the government will do. So when people don't listen in them are, right, well, now they're not listening, just whack them. All right, now they're not listening, taser them. All right, now they're not listening, just kill them. What does it matter? They're not listening. Get your guns out. There you go. There's a nice AK for you. That's what that's like. That's the way it's coming to. And I said I was going to go about. I didn't say much about the passports, about them thinking like the way the passports are going to be used is blackmail, basically. So a lot of people now they're calling it vaccine regret, where they've been double jabbed, but they don't want it. They're scared. They regret it. They found out they're ill. Like, they've had family members that have died. I have never seen, like, we know it's coming. Even I know it's coming, and I've said this August, September. It's the start. Well, I'm saying it. The government website stated it, and I posted the link and the video of me telling you a couple of times on my Facebook and my Instagram. But yeah, so it's coming, and even when it does come, like even now, and I'm like, wow, like people are really getting poorly here. Like, wow. You know it says it, and you read it, and you know it's true, and then when it happens again, it's like, now what? Like, oh. Now what we need is we all need to come together. We all need to join hands and sing fucking hokey pokey corky, whatever you want to call it. And everyone needs to just be happy. Everyone needs to become united, positive, healthy. Look after your health. Like, you're worried about all this stuff, like about dying, but then you're feeding your face full of like dead humans and animals and shit. Probably saw about 80, and like that's just a stupid one that always comes to my head. And all this stuff, like I bought some plants last night, and it's so random. You can read the description yourself if you want to have a look. So one of them, I was looking at plants, because when my youngest's around people that are double jabbed, she gets ill. And at first it was like, it's happened a couple of times when she's been around certain people over the past, maybe it's 4 months, where are we now, August? 3 months maybe. And it's happened a couple of times, and I was like, all right then. And then she started school now, so the first week she started getting a bit chesty, and I'm just like, have a banana, have an orange, and you're like, boom, boom, great, boom. Like full on, that's our medicine in this house. Fruit and vegetables, everything's just fruit and vegetables. And she was better, and she was fine. And grounding's amazing, you don't understand. She woke up one night and was coughing. This was the last time when she'd been around somewhere and she wasn't very well, like, oh God, and I was getting so many threats of, blah, 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 phone social service on you because you're not giving her medicine. Like, imagine that, like, threatening to be phone social services on because you're not giving your kid drugs. Because you're not giving your kid drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs. All right. So anyway, so she was chesty, and she woke up one night, and we were laid in my bed, and I was like, Owie, like, we'll go down, like, do you want to stand on the front, on the step, and get a bit of fresh air? Do some grounding? She's like, all right, yeah. Goes down, fresh air. The sky was amazing as well. Just, I know, random. And we done some grounding, just 5 minutes. Stood there, went back up late, and she slept. She just slept. Just little things, isn't it? Like, little things. And otherwise, I'd have been given a Calpol, paracetamol. And all they do is, so paracetamol and things suppress your immune system. When you're bad, it's your body's way of cleaning your body out of whatever crap you've been eating. So my little one's a nightmare for sucking her thumb. And I got her out of it for 3 months, and then she's seen somebody who she hadn't seen for 3 months, and then literally, boom, back into it. And it's just struggle at the minute to stop it. But she's picking a lot of crap up at the minute, because that's all it is your crap food, your crap, like, do you know what I mean, like surroundings, whatever, shedding, blah, 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 all of that. So she's picking a lot up. So the little things to know where you can help, like dandelions in your garden. You can you can eat the dandelions, you can batter them and eat them fried, you can dig the root out, and it's one of the best things to cure your heart. One of the best things in the world. That's your heart plant. It helps cure your lungs. It helps look at the health benefits for dandelion root. And all you do is dig it out your garden, wash it and eat it. But them bastards, and I don't really use that word, have got us all thinking that we dig them up, we cut them down, it's all poison, it's weed the beds, don't touch them, you'll weed the bed, don't touch them. It's all manipulation, it's all gaslighting to keep you away from what's really going to help you. Even the likes of your LSD and mushrooms, weed, what else comes from the ground? Anything that comes from the ground can be good for you. Can be good for you. Weed, the CBD, the THC, like we all know now by now that it's so good for fits, seizures, cancer, you name it. The health benefits are unbelievable. But it's banned. But alcohol's legal and fags are legal. So there's more harm in nicotine in smoking a fag than there would be in smoking a blunt. You could cure your body by smoking a blunt, but not by smoking a fag. You make it worse. But what's legal and what's not? You can take magic mushrooms and open your mind to be more like aware of even the spiritual world. And I've never done these. I'm kind of a weirdo that's never sniffed or never not took mushrooms, never took drugs, I've never took pills, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just never been my vibe. And to be honest, I've always been a shitty ass, so I've never dared. And I'm glad, because I'd rather it be that way. But from what I've read from like mushrooms and LSD was banned after, it was the 60s, wasn't it? In the 60s with the hippies and that and the mushrooms, because too many people were becoming self-aware, too many people were becoming sustainable, too many people were growing their own food. They didn't need the government, they didn't need anybody, they were too happy in little hippie land. They were all just there getting buzzed off the tits, like getting high, smoking weed and taking LSD and picking mushrooms and living in their own little camper vans or in the little tents under the little bivvies, and everyone was happy and content. It was all about love. The deletes and the corporations above them didn't like that. So the only way to do it is remove what makes them happy. Make them live in a world that is full of 9 to 5, day-to-day, bogus, repetitive shit. And then that's just the way that it'll be. It grinds you down, and in the end you just live in the rat race, and you get up, put your uniform on, go to work, come home, have something to eat. Whatever you want to do for the next hour, go to bed, wake up, go to work, wait for payday, pay your taxes, get up, go to work, do that for 65, 75, yeah. Retire. Get your pension, pay your taxes out of your pension, go pay where you need to live, pay your taxes on where you need to live. You need to pay your benefits as well, get your benefits, don't forget the taxes that you need to pay on that. Or your food as well, or don't forget you're getting taxed on your food. Or on your fuel, oh yeah, but did you know that, what was it, only 4% of the fuel cost is actually the cost of fuel, so I'm sure it's 90 odd percent of fuel costs go straight to the government. So, and while we're on about it, what about that man, what was he called, that Freemason man, the 100-year-old man who done the walk? Can't think of his name. The Freemason who got famous by walking around his garden with his walker and raised 100 million and millions. Look into that. Look into the newspaper articles that are still up about that. So quickly, it said when he done it that the money was going to be donated. The next article I read was 30-something million was donated to the NHS, and so a couple of it, like about half of it, had been divided up and split here, there and there. And then the next one, I think it was this year, maybe it's about a year, 6 months, 8 months later or something, it was like, where will the money go? And then it's like, oh well, so far nothing's been donated, nowhere. But what about, why are you lying then and telling everybody that it's all been donated to the NHS? Why? Why are you increasing our national insurance and our gas prices? But we know depopulation, they want you all to own nothing, be happy. That's the other one. I should have said that an hour and 13 minutes ago, but a depopulation, own nothing, be happy. That's the whole thing of it. So the moral of my whole story, because I have got things to do. So that's what they want. They want you to have no food. They're cutting the food shortages. You'll see it yourselves. The lorries are all a load of crap. So the farmers are getting the food took away from them. Then the lorry drivers are being paid to dump the food. Research everything that I'm saying if you want it. Believe me on my word if you want. Don't believe me. All right. They're getting dumped. Even in America, they're buying all the farmland up. They're telling the farmers not to be selling their produce this year. They're buying it all off them. There you go. And if you sell it, then we'll shut you down. So they're getting threatened. There'll be nothing on the shelf. They're saying now it's going to be between your heating or your food for Christmas. You're going to have to choose between your heating or your food for Christmas. No, you're not. Don't let no one threaten you. You're a fucking adult. You're a fully grown adult. You're a fully grown adult. Go and take care of yourself. like I mentioned already, there's things to take care of. Get your food in prepped. I've already got my Christmas dinner sorted. I'm ready. I've got my Christmas dinner sorted if needs be. And if it comes from a tin, and what? I've got a way to cook it. I'm ready. No one's taken mine. I've got a way to heat us up. So no one's taken my food nor my heater for Christmas. I'm already prepping, see me, because life is just prepping now. Prepping for Christmas. So when all these supermarkets and all the electric goes down, we can't access our money in our banks. Keep cash. Keep cash. Keep money in your bank if you want, but always have a backup. Always have a backup. It doesn't matter. Get a money tin. Put your pennies in it. Put a £5 in a week. You need to start having a backup. You really need to have a backup. You need to have them, so your food, get your tins in, your jars, even learn how to pickle things. I'm growing cucumbers at the minute. Well, I'm growing a few things, but one of my cucumbers is nearly ready. It's like, well, it's probably bigger than that actually. But I'm going to learn how to pickle it. Don't know what it's going to be like, don't know what it'll taste like, don't know if I'll be able to do it right, but we don't know, do we, unless we try. Water, so you can, I've got like 10 litres just put in my shed just of water, just as a backup. Like, just all you need is 2 5 bottles, or 10 1 litre, 2 litres, like whatever you do. You do you, whatever you want to do. In Aldi they have 5 litre bottles for 99p. So I just like grab it, chuck it in it's in the shed now. Forgot about it. It's there. I've got my empties. I've got that one. Like I say, I'm sure it's a 20 litre one. It cost me about £8, just an empty carton, and it just expands when you fill it up. I've got that. Water tablets, cleaning tablets, get them in. If you need to collect rainwater, get started, get yourself a little, I don't know, anything, carton, container, anything. Be more sustainable. Get your fruit and veggies planted. There's fruit and veggies for over the winter. Plant your potatoes, that's my thing. That's what I'm going to be going and doing when I finish this. Checking out my new potato bags. Woo! They always say life starts when you're 30s. Woo! In your 30s even. Yeah, I'm going to check my new potato bags out. Just be sustainable, be prepared, be prepared, not scared. That's my new motto. Be prepared, not scared. Water, gas. You can, like I say, I've got gas canisters. You can use them. You can heat your room up. You can cook your food. You can, many possibilities. Start fires. Get your lighters filled up. Many possibilities. I've got wood back up. I've got somebody who's got wood back up. We've also got Eston Hills. We've got loads of hills. We need to learn what to look for. If you're thinking, well, I'm not stocking up anything, we've got the hills. Know what wood to look for. Know how to dry wood out. Here's a little thing that I learned. So when you have a full tree and you cut it down, it can take up to 2 years to dry out. How mad's that? 2 years to dry a tree out. But if you, it's 2 or 3 rings. See, now I need to remember this, research it and have a look. If you cut rings around the bottom of it, 2 or 3 rings around the bottom of it, so far in, depending on how big your tree is, you do you, and leave it, it'll be dry. It won't take 2 years, it'll be dry. I'm sure it was about a week or 2. Dried in 2 weeks. There you go, you got firewood. You've got everything. We've got building wood. You can build yourself a house. Who's waiting 2 years? Not me. Little things like that, little survival tricks, just be more tactical. Even in things that you watch, I watch more survival things now just to learn. I'm still watching the telly. I'm just being more mindful of what I'm watching and what I'm letting my mind absorb, because we all know it's a television. They want you to see what they're putting on there. Just be careful. So food, stock up 3 months worth. Water, you already know. And there is actually a little tool. Here's another little thing. A little tool. It's like an X or however you want to think of little, and you can open a water main. So if you've got a water mains next to you, like I've got a water mains near my house, you can open it and get the water out from the main. So that's just a little bit of thing. But when they're empty, they're empty. Do you know what I mean? That's why you need a backup. You need to start thinking now. Oh, my hand's gone stiff. Water, gas, yeah. Just little things that you see, like even coal, little barbecues. No one's stopping me having my dinner. No, we went camping, I made spaghetti bolognese on a barbecue. And garlic bread, don't forget the garlic bread. Spaghetti bolognese and garlic bread on a barbecue. It's easy. It's not as easy, but it's easy done. It's just thinking outside the box. That's what they want you boxed in. They want everybody signed up to this universal credit now. They want everybody to lock down. So they know when the next lockdowns come, they want the businesses to close and then to interpret the vaccine passport thing. And then, sorry, my phone was ringing then to put me off. So they want everyone locked down. They want the businesses to implement vaccine passports and stop people from coming in your business. But then, excuse me, people will obviously lose businesses, like myself. After the first lockdown, I lost mine. And then they will be having to go out and rely on universal credit. So this is what they want. So when you get universal credit, when you pay taxes, they depend on you. They depend on your money coming in. They depend on you paying your taxes, because you don't pay your taxes. This is coming from my mouth now. I am not paying taxes next year. I am not paying taxes next year. I am not paying taxes next year. To be bullied and the police not to be looking after us the way that they're supposed to be refused medical help on numerous occasions, may I add. I'm not paying taxes next year. My roads are a mess. There's a lot of things into it. The corporation is a full-on paedophile nonce ring that I am not prepared to fund no more. So that's the way that is. So when you get universal credit, you then rely on them. Then they have you where you want you. It's like an abusive relationship. So you work, you're bringing in this money. You've got 3 jobs or 2 jobs, and you're bringing in all this money, and you don't rely on nobody whatsoever. And then that person doesn't want you relying on yourself. Doesn't want you to dependent on them. So they're like, oh, you don't need that job. Oh, you don't need that job. Oh, don't work. Right? Oh, yeah, don't work. And then before you know it, you're stuck in the house, no job and no money, and having to rely on somebody else, having to ask somebody else for money, having to rely on somebody else for something. It takes away all your independence, and it's horrendous on your mental health. Like, it's horrible. It is horrendous. But to be aware about it now, like this, that's the comparison of what we're in. So don't let nobody take anything from you. Don't let nobody take anything away from you. You've got your rights. Go to the shop, go out, go and do you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do you. Don't let no one dictate to what you can do with your life. No one's a boss of you. No one's in charge of you. Yeah, the government of your corporation have got the straw man. And that's the only link that they do have with you, but there's a way around it. There's a way around everything. You just have to be savvy about it and know what you're talking about. So then the passports will come in, and then your double jab now, and if you don't get your jab now, or your next booster jab, it'll be that you're not fully vaccinated, and then if you then further die without having all jabs, you'll be classed as unvaccinated. Even though you've had 2 jabs, you're going to be classed as unvaccinated. So now there's so many things to come from it. Like, what about all the names that people have said, called people? You're going to have to keep up with this charade now, forever and ever and ever. So the next booster is now. I think, is it this week it started or next week it started? I'm sure it's, oh no, last week it started. Oh, last week it started. I know people that are work in the healthcare, so to speak, and obviously I keep things anonymous, but pensioners are getting the booster jab and uncontrollably shaken, fitting, getting rushed to hospital. Like, it's brutal, and it's all a cover up. It's horrendous, and you're not allowed to blame the jab. You're not allowed to say that it's the jab. It turns my stomach. It turns my stomach, especially now with what's coming with the kids. So if you don't get your booster jab when these vaccine passports come out, your passport's void. You won't be allowed in the shops, you won't be allowed to travel, you won't be allowed in restaurants, you won't be allowed anything unless you go and get your booster. And then you've had your booster this year, so then your passport's all up to date, January, February, yeah. But then March, the 4th booster's booked in, well, due to be released, however you want to say it. The 4th booster's due in March, and again, look into it. Believe me, don't believe me, I don't care. I do care because I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. But yeah, just look into it. Like, come on, for Pete's sake. We're not saying this for the crack of it. Like, imagine, oh yeah, one wouldn't do it. I'm just gonna repeat some government documents on my Facebook to just get a few death threats and I just called a few names. That's just what I like, you know what I mean? I just like to be called names. It's just cash, isn't it? Said no one ever. So if you don't wake up now and you don't be a little bit of a rebel and see what's going on, really, and look past the narrative, look past your television. Like, it's just so frustrating because everything's there and it doesn't matter how much stuff you put in front of people. Like people testing the kids, are you for real? What does it matter? If you're testing your kids now, like, what does it matter? And what matters because you're injuring your child and you're too born idle not to look into it and do your own research. And that's what it boils down to. So if you want to obey, go and obey. If you've had enough of everything now and you think that, like, you're done, then I say it's time to speak up, and I don't want to say that it's too late, but it's coming. Everything's coming now. So be prepared, not scared. Be prepared, not scared. And do it and get everything in, your little bits, your little necessities. Keep yourself warm in this winter. Just little things like get ready now. Draft excluders. Door curtains. I don't know. Everything that you can think of. Like, everyone's different. Everything that you can think of that you might need to stock up on. Inhalers. Anything like that. You've got an inhaler left in the drawer, or just get another one now. Keep it there. When you're getting low, get another one. You need a backup of whatever you feel like you need to survive. If you've got medication now, wean yourself down, save a couple. Look into the medication, look into what's in it. For example, they give you antidepressants that make you depressed. Because you're just a customer of a business. If I want you to come in my shop and buy my food, I would, well, hang on, wait that. I'm not even comparing my food to that because we know my food's nice, obs. But if you were like, so the pharmaceutical companies want you, if you were having medicine and you're buying Prozac, for example, yeah, good. But then Prozac's going to make you better, then you're not putting no money in the business. If you have Prozac and that Prozac makes you ill and then needs an ibuprofen to get rid of the headache that this is causing, then yeah, that's more money. Then this ibuprofen is suppressing your immune system and your body's ability to make it better, like for your body's ability to grow and your immune system to expand. The paracetamol is suppressing it, so then when you get bad, the paracetamol has suppressed the part of your immune system it needs to fight with this next whatever's making you ill, whatever you want to call it. But then you can't. See, then you need another tablet because that's made you ill. But oh my God, that tablet that you've got now is making you sick. So then you need another tablet. See how much money you've just created for them. Just in that, just as a one from one tablet that has the effects that people don't look into. And this is the way that the jabs are going as well. So they're making people ill. People are needing tablets. People are needing blood thinners. People are needing all sorts. Like, people are needing all these things, and it's just making them more rich. 31 trillion, I think, the estimated 2001 forecast is for Pfizer's profit. 36 trillion, or billion. Again, do your own research. I'm doing all this off the top of my head here, so don't quote me if something's not spot on. I do my own independent research. I don't have no one tell me what to do. I do what I do. And I advise you to all do the same. And I'm going now because 1 minute and 29 was literally not my plan for today. Yeah, I've got stuff to do. I need to go and sit on my potatoes. Remember, be prepared, not scared. Be prepared, not scared. Be prepared, not scared. Be prepared, not scared. Food, water, fuel, electric. Do what you need to do. Medication, I'll obviously I wouldn't want it, but looking at herbal remedies, like vegan people turn the nose about vegan stuff, but all it is just better quality of something. Like, out at first, I was like, oh, okay, it's just another label. Yeah, it's this, it's that. Yeah. But then you read and you're like, oh, yeah. It's just the way that people make you think. You're conditioned to think this. You're being trained to think another way. But don't. Think for yourself. You know, you think for yourself. Speak for yourself. Stand up. Speak for your kids. Stand up for your kids. Educate your kids. And literally just find your unit. Find your support system. Find whatever what you can't lack. Find someone who is capable of. Do you know what I mean? Like, look out for each other. Be happy. Be positive. Be mindful. Be content. And just share the love, really. Like, praise people, give a stranger a compliment. Do you know what I mean? Be what's the word? I'm feeling it, but I can't express it. Oh man, proud. Like, that's the proud. Like, motivated. Like, proud, be encouraging of people, be like, come on, yeah, go on then, do it, you're capable, big people up. Oh, why can't you do it? What, you're not doing it because you can't do it? Says who? Do you know what, the only way that you can't do it is if you decide that you can't do it. And if you say that you can't, you're right. If you say that you can, you're right. The only person that decides if you can or you can't is you. You're the person who decides it. Time to start acting like adults. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're mint. You're mint. All of us together are mint. We're class. We've got this. What, so we can't take these down? Have you seen all the people that we've took down in the past? Like, what? Remember Grangetown back in the day and all your other little rogue islands? Like, come on, like, we have the force between us. In Middlesbrough alone, if we were to stand up, we have the force between us to overturn these corrupt politicians and councillors and MPs that are only in it for this, that don't care about you. No one's bothered. I don't see nobody else speaking up, do they? Like, where's everybody else's shout outs at the fake PCR? That the PCR's been removed from the CDC. Like, it sits on the CDC website, you know what I mean? Where's all the councillors jumping up and telling you all about all these food places, the bread and butter place I was on about there, where you can go and get your supplies from for half the price than the local shops? Where's your councillors doing all this to advise you for your solar panels? And it's not even that, like, oh, the people that are supposed to be there to help you are not there to help you. Like I say, we live in opposite worlds. We live in an upside down land. You do you. Go with your gut. If you're made to feel bad about it, that person's irrelevant. You need to learn that. That person's irrelevant. If that's good to you, you do you. Obviously, we're born free, sovereign human beings, without the intent to hurt anybody intentionally. We don't do nothing like that. You don't cause harm, you don't cause nothing like that. It's all love, it's all positivity. And no matter what, if people believe in it or not, even if you vibe higher every day and do something on a morning that makes you feel more positive, the better outcome will be for you. Not no one else, you. You will see improvements in your life, with your body, with your kids, and your surroundings. So, mwah! I hope some of this has gone in. I'm going to have to put it on YouTube and upload the YouTube link. But listen, I don't, like I said, it's so frustrating and people don't have to listen. Don't take my word for it, look into it. I'm here to help you be prepared and not scared. Don't fear anything. Keep shouting the truths. Preaching. Newcastle, I'm going to see a lot of you there on Saturday at Newcastle. Freedom! It's this Saturday at Newcastle. Leazes Park. I'm sure it's 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I'll find out. I'm sure someone can comment on this. Jessica! Or someone will tell me. Terry's chocolate orange! Yeah, you know. I know, I'm getting carried away now. But yeah, so I'll see you on Saturday, those freedom fighters. If anyone wants to come, get yourselves there, jabbed or not. It's all about unity now. It's all about numbers against them. Like, we are sure we are the people. We are the power. And we are the 99%. And I've just remembered a little bit. If you've watched all this, I need to finish a little bit earlier. So when I said about the trials being on the Pfizer for being 86 and then I was going down, so it means that 86%, so basically I just want to say 86% of people that have had the Pfizer jab, realistically when you look into the statistics it's only 64%, but then a majority, a percentage of these have also had the placebo. So which means that under 50% of people have been double jabbed, not known, and the media and the government are trying to make it think that you are outnumbered, but really they're outnumbered. Freedom. But yeah, bye. Love yous. Speak up, stand up, be scared. Don't be scared, be prepared.